whole situation. Something else that happened during the Last Dance is they had an entire episode dedicated to Dennis Rodman, making him look like a fantastic person. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't personally know Dennis Rodman. He may be personally a fantastic person. Like I said, I don't know. But I do know what I read. I do know what I've heard. And what I heard ain't great. The guy, he had a horrible childhood. Of course, in childhood, these are circumstances that you cannot personally control. So I don't hold that thing against him. But some of the stuff that he was involved with all the drugs and the partying and, the prostitution and stuff like that, I just don't find that to be, things that spell out to me the word role model. If personally, if you're catching what I'm saying, and I don't like those situations where people who are not necessarily role models in their behavior are made out to be role models in stuff like documentaries. To me, and even on top of that, professionally talking about just his NBA life, the dude admitted, in one interview long time ago, he did not know how to dribble no basketball. He did not know how to shoot a basketball. And for a long time, he never played basketball. But it was the minute that he learned how to rebound and defend, that's what made him such a valuable asset. So for me, he was never a complete package. Definitely did not deserve to be a Hall of Famer. But I went over that in a couple of episodes ago. So yeah, all this praise towards Rodman, like I said, to me, he was kind of at the right place at the right time. Because he, with the Pistons, he was okay, with the rebounding, but immediately after he got traded out from the Bulls to the Lakers, the guy flopped, cause he had nothing outside of that, and he never really tried to learn anything outside of rebounding and defending, and he may have thought, hey, this is enough to get me paid. It was enough to get me paid with the Pistons. It was enough to get me paid with the Bulls. Unfortunately, it's not enough to get you paid everywhere else, pal. And then him spending all of his money on foolishness and stuff like that, to me, all that stuff just really left a bad taste in my mouth. So that's definitely my take on it. Speaking of bad people having a bad taste in their mouths, it's all these segments are just running together. All these things today are just running together. So, Aaron Gordon released a diss track, which we actually retweeted on our Twitter. Make sure that you follow us on our Twitter at IDK_cast, all lowercase letters. It's at IDK_cast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter so you can get all the exclusive content that we don't talk about on this episode, because there are plenty of things that are up for discussion on our Twitter. And I want to give a big shout out to everybody that is on our Twitter, following us, liking us, retweeting what we're doing, because hey, I'm gonna start doing some shout outs soon. So listen, if you follow us, I'm gonna give you a quick shout out on our next episode. So moving on from there, yes, it was on our Twitter. Aaron Gordon decided to release this fire diss track. It was pretty fire. I don't call everybody's, hip hop track fire. I don't call everybody's diss track fire. But that joint was actually fire. It had he had some bars in there. He surprised me. I mean, I know there's a lot of NBA players out here now that rap, but I was definitely surprised when I saw that Aaron Gordon released a diss track. Definitely showed that he was not over the whole situation of him being mad about Dwayne Wade giving him a 9 out of 10 during the dunking contest. And like everybody has said, hey, he didn't deserve that 9 out of 10. I don't know why Dwayne Wade did him dirty like that. It could have been, again, because he didn't necessarily fully clear Taco Fall. Part of that was actually Taco Fall's fault, if you want to be technical about it, because Taco Fall had his hands behind his neck, I believe, at the back of his neck. So he could have potentially cleared the dude. Who am I to say, right? I wasn't there. I did see multiple versions of the dunk. From what I could see, he didn't technically fully clear him, but that may have been Taco Fall's fault. Now, Dwayne Wade said some it was nonchalant about the whole thing about, hey, I think that you should make some money off this record for free. I'll give you some free advice since I cost you $1 million. AKA that's the prize of winning the dunk contest. I guess you get $1 million. To me, that was so lame. But what happened was Justice Winslow had tweeted when the song released. He was like, "Bro, you should have got me when you were gonna make that diss track because I have all the information on him and I know how to get in his head." So we thought that Justice Winslow had a fantastic relationship with Dwayne Wade, but it turns out it may not necessarily be the case. So we're gonna be checking out on that. Maybe Justice Winslow was having more issues with Dwayne Wade than we were able to see on the court. Because Justice Winslow actually just got finished saying that Dwayne Wade is one of his all-time favorite players. Maybe that's not necessarily the case. Maybe he was just sucking up so he could keep his job, because we all know Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat front office, they were tight like nobody's business. But then the whole thing with Justice Winslow leaving and going to the Grizzlies, that may have also been his decision because he got tired of being underneath Dwayne Wade. So if anything else happens on that front, we will definitely keep y'all informed on our Twitter. Again, make sure you follow us on there. So next up, guys, all I can do is really sigh about this. The end of the NCAA is nigh. It's really nigh, guys. Like, I wasn't quite sure whether or not it was gonna happen or not, but the NCAA is coming to a close, guys. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, so what had happened was, one of the top draft prospects came out and said he's gonna go to the G League, he's skipping college. And he's actually getting he's making about $500,000 a year. Playing for the G League, and he's got some other benefits that were pretty good. Okay, so that was pretty bad. Then they're already dealing with the fact that there's a lot of people decommitting from college and going to the G League, or not committing at all and going to the G League. Okay, so historically, right now, they're facing some all-time blows regarding commitments to, NCAA colleges. So if that's not bad enough, another top draft prospect says he is decommitting from his NCAA college and he is going to the G League. And it turns out that the G League has been coming to a lot of these top draft prospects and giving them